Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. Want to bring you all a quick update on Bitcoin Cash. Right now, guys, we're at $431. We're down 1.95%. There's some key areas that I'm targeting here, and I wanted to bring them to you guys. So if you enjoy Bitcoin Cash, it's one of your favorite ones, you want me to continue to cover it, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down low. Still trying to figure out which coins everyone wants me to cover. There's a lot for Bitcoin Cash, a lot for XRP, Litecoin. I'm trying to think of the other ones, guys. Digibyte. And we're trying to figure out the last one. If it's Ethereum, Zcash, Neo, Omise Go, just kind of want to figure out what people want. So leave it down low if you do like these Bitcoin Cash updates, guys. And what I wanted to point out with Bitcoin Cash, which we talked about before, guys, look at this nosedive. Okay, so Bitcoin Cash went from $633 all the way down to $71. And that just shows in this space how overextended to the upside and the downside we can get, guys. And that's why this is not normal. What happens in this market, how fast this moves. You don't see this in traditional markets, and that's what makes this space so much fun. But that's why you do have to protect yourself. You have to realize this market can get very overextended to the upside and to the downside, and you guys just want to be safe, okay? Always protect your profits. That's at least what I like to do. But what I wanted to show you was, guys, we're still on Bitcoin Cash, we're still obeying this 20 EMA, which is in yellow or orange here, this moving average. And I've been doing a lot of studying about moving averages and trend lines. And guys, we are still in this beautiful uptrend right here. We've been making higher highs. Here's our higher low, higher high. We're going to kind of find out where that higher low is. But what we've been dealing with is we're staying up above this 20 EMA, and we've been treating it as support. And we're also up above this yellow trend line that I've had on here for a while, guys. And I believe this was on a different time frame. Let me try to fix it here the best I can. We're just getting a rough one here, guys, but roughly about right there. So until we will not be in this uptrend, guys, until we start piercing through this 20 EMA, this 50, and then ultimately this trend line. So if we lose all three of those things, then we definitely could be heading down to the downside. Excuse me, guys. First, we would target around that 324 to the downside. Then I would be looking, obviously, for this trend line to hold, and then, guys, it'd be this 100 moving average. But right now, Bitcoin, Litecoin, all these coins have still wanted to just try to push up, guys. We're getting very overextended on many coins, especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin now, the stock RSI, I believe, is at like 90 or 93, and that's where you just got to be patient and you have to be careful. Could we continue to push up higher to around that 9,500? Absolutely, guys. Like I said, we can get so overextended, but you just want to be safe. And remember, all these coins are going to play off Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin takes a massive dump right now, guys, and we go down to lose $700, we go down for to $8,000 or that range, then Bitcoin Cash could definitely dump back down and see if we find support around that 324. We'd be looking there, and also this 20 EMA, which is going to be around that 386. But right now, guys, there's not a lot of overhead resistance left here because of how far and how fast we fell here. It definitely could be made up on this backside. I mean, really, Bitcoin Cash could go crazy at any point if it wants to, and if a whale steps in here. You can see we have this greatly decreasing volume, and typically, guys, with that decreasing volume there, we're going to wait for some type of move or some type of break. We don't know if it's going to be to the upside or the downside yet, but we're anticipating both, guys. My upside target really would be probably, guys, around that 528 first, and then it'd be all the way up here around that 634. We definitely could get there. So we're going to keep that in mind. Next thing I wanted to show you, and guys, I'll get this box out here. That's just that overhead resistance that we'd be looking at. Next, I want to show you our Fibonacci. And we're going to see if we finally got back up above that 0.618. That's acted as very strong overhead resistance. Guys, still kind of wicking through. We're up above it just slightly right now, and that's at $425. So we're going to have to see, with those wicks and seeing that rejection, if this is a spot that we finally are going to get a cool down, or if we're going to blast back up and see if we can go to that 0.786 around 522, and then that 0.886 around 580, and then ultimately up to around that $645, guys, what we would be looking at there. And that's fibbing, guys, from this swing high to our swing low there, and that's the reaction that we've had out of there is what we're looking at. Now we're going to fib it the other way. We're going to take it from down here, our swing low, to our swing high, and we're going to kind of look to see where we may have some type of retracement if we do start pulling back. Okay, guys, so right about there. So the 0.236, that would also be close to around that 20 EMA and that trend line, guys. That's going to be around 367. That'd be still very bullish if we only pulled back onto that. So the 0.382 is going to be around 311, then the 0.5 is at 265. So those are just looking at areas, guys, potential areas where we could retrace. Even down into here, that would make sense because we kind of had that double top there. That was resistance. We broke it. We want old resistance has become new support. That's the name of the game right there, guys. So now what we're going to get into is some indicators for you. All right, so indicators. Let's first start out with our stock RSI. Take a look at this. Guys, stock RSI, we are getting a nice little cross there on the 1 day, right down in here. So let's look to see if we do get a move out of that. We're only at 36 and 30, so that's not too overextended for Bitcoin Cash. That's a good thing there, guys. There's room to run. That's what you want. Next thing, let's go to our RSI, Relative Strength Index. Okay, so with the RSI, guys, we're at 66, so there still is room to run to the upside, but it's looking like we're having a mixture of lower highs right here, and then higher lows. So we're almost getting one of these symmetrical triangles in a way. And we're just going to wait to see which way it breaks, guys. So we're either going to break up here and continue to run up and maybe even challenge that, 80 to 89 that we got up to on the RSI, guys. Remember how overextended we got. Or if we get a break out of this, we'd look to see if 52 is going to be support. Then obviously, guys, down around about that 32 to 40, right in that range, we look for support. Next one, let's look at our Bollinger Band, see if we're getting overextended. And guys, this is a coin that just runs so hard. I mean, it really is a trader's paradise. This Bitcoin Cash, XRP is like that, Zcash is like that. All right, so Bitcoin Cash, guys, we're getting to more so towards the top of the bands here, so we are getting a little overextended there, so I want you to be careful with that. And then let's go to our MACD and see how that's looking. Guys, MACD is looking like it kind of wants to cross to the negative here. So we had a bullish cross. Remember, I like to buy at the bullish crosses, guys, especially on support areas here, like that 20 EMA. So you had the cross lining up with the 20 there. We ran up, but now, guys, we're kind of kissing up here. The histogram has been ticking to the negative. So we're kind of getting mixed signals here, a lot all over the place. It's just being patient, guys. We're getting really tight, and when those candles get really small, that's going to show you that you're going to eventually have that break to the upside or the downside, guys. But what I also wanted to show you on the 1 day chart was take a look at where Bitcoin Cash has been, guys. I mean, even right now where we're at, that is the fall of this retracement. So we made this nice move up. We made it to about $890, guys. We came all the way back to around that 336 or so, and that's where we found support, and then we blasted off. And guys, these moves, so from we'll call it 300 roughly there, all the way up to 2,598 in time frame, guys, like less than a month. I mean, that's just truly how overextended you can get to the upside and the downside. And then from there, guys, we really didn't have a huge pullback, cool off. We came right here. We found support off our 20, came back up, found support again, wicked through our 20 a little bit, but found support and broke up. And then, guys, once you start to see these death crosses, so do you see this 20 EMA moving down over the 50? That's a death cross, and the 50 over the 100. That would have been the time to get out of there. You'd want to say, hey, you know what? I gotta move it on here, because once you really start getting those big death crosses on the 1 day chart, that's where things can get a little hairy, guys, and you can really start having sell-offs really fast. And that's obviously what we experienced right through here is what we were looking at. And then, guys, I wanted to throw on, I apologize, I thought I had my 200-day moving average on here. And if you've never done this, here's just a little tutorial. So we'll go in here. I want our regular moving average, not our exponential moving average. So we'll go moving average. And what you'll do, you'll end up taking this, guys. We'll go inputs. We want our 200-day moving average there. It will make our style purple or pink, whatever that is. And I always like to thicken them up just a little bit, guys, if we're able to here. Let me see. Let's see, guys. I apologize for that. I just want a little thicker so you can see. Good. Defaults. There it is down here. Okay. Guys, just it's messing with me. I apologize because my camera's up down here. I don't want to mess with that. But you can see where our 200-day is. We actually just had a golden cross of our 100 up over our 200-day. So that's another good sign, guys. Well, that's a golden cross there that we may continue that move to the upside. So it is official. I mean, we've got that golden cross, and that happened, let's see here, about May 15th, guys. I remember us talking about it, that we were looking for that golden cross, or we were getting pretty close to it. So it did actually happen. And sometimes when you do get those golden crosses, just like we had one here, guys, you'll push up a little bit farther. is what happens. Same with the death cross. When you have a death cross happen, you typically get pushed down. You got to think about it like momentum. So when you have that cross, it's going to want to support that and push up, and we'll see what happens, guys. So, that's what I'm looking at right now. We're at $431. We're down 1.98%. Let's just wait and see. Be patient, because typically, guys, we will get some type of big volume here. If we're getting really small candles when we have that break, it should be accompanied by large volume to the upside. To the downside, you don't need as much volume as you do to the upside. Naturally, markets just want to fall on their own, guys, because you need that demand to push the stock up in that buying pressure. So moving in the upward direction is a little different than moving in the downward direction. I've been reading a lot about that in my book as well. So, guys, just take a look at that. We'll see if we bounce off this 20 EMA. A lot of good things going on for Bitcoin Cash here, and let's just take a look at it. Be patient. All right, guys. God bless. Take care.